G'day everyone, Shadbell here, just giving a quick wrap up on what was our last sheep and lamb sale for Glen Innes for 2024. Just on 1,800 head yarded, once again a good yarding of suckers, not the yarding or the numbers we've seen last week, but still a very good yarding of middleweight and trade weight suckers. Some runs of old lambs. We saw some more merino lambs come forward as well. Some reasonable runs of Dorpers and a real good run of sheep once again. In a market that would have to quote fully firm on the sucker side of things. Those best of the new season suckers out to 238, I reckon, and they were pushing 30 plus kilos. But most of those good, suckers, 50 to 55 kilos, 225 to 235, and then some good trades, very similar, to last week, 45 to, to 48 to 50 kilos, making it 195 to 205 a 10. So those lambs, those good trade lambs are definitely making, still making $8.70 to $9. Those heavyweight lambs, 830 or 40 to 850 or 60 cents. Once again, the secondary lambs or the old lambs, were plainer. And, very hard to quote, but some old lambs, getting up over $200 as well. Some good Dorpers up over 200, or some Aussie whites, I should say, about to 210 or 15, so that'll be, 8.20 or 30 cents once again, so similar to last week. Best of the crossbred hoggets out to $140. That could be a little bit dearer than what we have seen. Sheep-wise, once again, a real good run of heavyweight weathers. We had a real good run of heavyweight weathers, account of Alt Brothers Pastoral off Dundee. I reckon the lead of them, could have been in vicinity of 30 kilos plus, and they've made out to $135 with a, mid-October skim, so tremendous sales there. That'll be 430 or 40 cents dressed, but most of those, good heavyweight merino sheep making for 110 or 15, weather-wise up to 135 is the top. Heavyweight crossbreds out to 140, but most sales up over 100, which could be just a touch dearer. A large run of merino ewes this week, and not a lot of weight. The best of the ewes out to $94. I don't think it would have been a penny ewes over 20 kilos dead weight there this morning. And I will say that this lighter mutton job was considerably dearer. I think it could have been 5 or 10 dearer than what we saw last week on and that was a buoyant market as well. So lighter sheep definitely dearer this week at Glen Innes. Anyway, all in all, a real positive, outlook moving forward. We're seeing some very, very strong rates coming forward for January for new season lambs, which is great to see. So please, jump on the phone, give myself, Nath, or Ben a call, and we'll point you in the right direction. But just quickly take this time to thank each and every one of our clients for, once again, this loyal support over the past 12 months. Here's to a prosperous, Christmas and New Year. Fingers crossed we continue to get under a drop of rain or two, and we'll see you back on Tuesday, the 7th of January. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and as I said, we'll talk to you next year. Thank you.
G'day all, Ben McMahon just with a bit of an overview from the final sale, sheep and cattle sale out of Inverell, the 10th of December 2024. Agent chartered about 1,220 or 30 cattle there yesterday morning in another good quality yarding. The job no dearer, but not a hell of a lot cheaper in places either overall. But the feeder job held firm, 370 and 80 cents, and a little bit better for a few pretty ones in the mid 400 kilo bracket. Steers and bullocks cheaper. One processor not operating there yesterday. We saw steers and bullocks out to sort of 350 and 60 cents pretty easily last week. They're sort of 335 or 40 or 45 cents there this week. So you take last week's job out of it, and they're probably firm on previous weeks to that. So yeah, that job was a little bit softer. Into the big heifers, all fully firm. Some big heavyweight heifers. I want to say mid to late 400 kilos, making sort of 335 out to 340 or 45 cents. So firm there. Not a heap of trade weight feeder heifers to quote, but what was there were firm. Restocker cattle in both steers and heifers, fully firm. Not a heap of real good quality lightweight steers there, but what were they sold well. Whether they were black or crossbred, Queensland was dominant, and yeah, you needed $4 to buy any type of restocker steer there at all. Restocker heifer, she costs sort of 310 to 340 or 45 cents, so probably still a little bit of value there in a heifer. Cow job was a bit softer. Best of the cows out to 286 cents. But a lot of cows last week that were making sort of 260 and 70 cents, making 240 50 cents. So that second rate cow was off a little bit. And yeah, the better end of the cow just a little bit softer there. Yesterday, just as I said, a couple of processors sort of probably in Christmas mode. Bulls, best of the bulls wouldn't have saw $3 throughout, but yeah, a lot of bulls sort of 265 70 cents out to 280 or 90. So that was the bull job. Overall, yeah, pretty firm sale, and scattered rain throughout still, which is very good. Over into the sheep and lambs. Had a rain event here on Tuesday morning, which probably washed a few out, but I think there was about 1,800 sheep and lambs. Mutton job was all firm again. We saw probably the heavy end of the mutton, best mutton out to $150. But a lot of those merino type ewes making sort of either side of 100, which is a fair bit better. Probably no better than last week, but yeah, on 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago, it's looking bright. Best of the lambs, wasn't a heap of big heavy lambs there yesterday in Inverell, but out to about $230 or $35 for the heavier end. Sort of probably more of those lambs at 50 to 55 kilos, making anywhere from sort of 190 out to 225 or $8. So overall a firm market, but yeah, would have had a few washed out yesterday morning, so that reduced the numbers there. All in all, that's a wrap for 2024. That's the final sale. We will we'll commence sales back in the new year on the 7th, and then carry on through to the 14th, and so on and so forth. So I hope everyone has a good Christmas, and we'll talk to you in the new year. Thank you.